Assalamu alaikum. My name is OSAMA ABDULLAHI Hassan. I'm from BITZ S21. So this is my group mini project, group 10. We are group 10. So I'm the first one who will be present. I'm going to present the first part, which is introduction, and also I will present requirement 1 and requirement 2. So here is the first part, which is B, introduction. This mini project focuses on establishing an HQ network that serves as the main connections between two lines functions as branches. The HQ network includes 4 VLANs, VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and the VLAN 99, all configured for inter. VLAN routing VLAN 10 is designed as red, VLAN 20 as orange, VLAN 30 as blue, and VLAN 99 as trunk, specifically handling trunking. For the HQ network, VLSM is implemented based on the allocated networks. For here we have, you can see the IP address 192.168.10.64. So that's HQ. For the also present the requirements, which is requirement 1 and requirement 2. So here requirement 1, IP address allocations A, HQ network use. So here we have a device HQ router, or we set up the IP address and subnet MAC. Also we have a B branches network, so we have branch 1 and branch 2 router. So requirement 2 is configure VLANs, so create VLANs for all hosts in the HQ network. So we created VLANs which is VLAN blue, red, and orange. So as you can see, and also we have devices blue server, red server, orange server. So IP address, subnet mask. So B is assign VLANs to hosts and devices. So all we configure the devices and hosts. As you can see, BC is purple, green. VLAN name is purple, green, blue, red, and orange. As you can see. Yeah, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is KHALED, and today I'll explain requirement number 3 and 4 and 5. And I will begin with 3, which is VLAN port assignments. At first, let me give you a look what VLAN we have in HQ. We have VLAN blue, which is VLAN 20, and VLAN red, which is 10, and orange, VLAN orange, which is 30. First, let's enter the switch to see the port assignments as it's asked in the file. At first, let's look at the cable that connected to HQ, which is gigabit Ethernet 0/2, which is trunk to give the access. Trunk, yes. And now let's do and see the connected to VLAN blue, which is 20. For VLAN 2, as you see, we have from FA0/1 to 2. As you see, it's access 20, which is blue VLAN. Also here, 20, which is blue. And now let's see the cable connected to the red VLAN, which is FA0/24. This one. As you see, it's trunk because it's connected to the switch. We have orange and blue here. We need to give it trunk as the file said. And also for the orange, FA023, it's also trunk. And now let's move out to red VLAN. From FA0/2 to FA0/10, it's a red VLAN, which is connected to the server. And for the hosts, red hosts. For the first one, it's connected to the blue host, which is B2, as you see 20, which is blue. And you can see for the J1, which is orange, F02, which is 30 orange. And now let's move on to the orange VLAN. from 1 to 3 is 30, which is orange, and F0 slash 23 is trunk because it's connected to the other switch, and F0 slash 4 it's red. That's for requirement. Requirement 3 is move on to requirement 4. And now I'll continue with requirement number 4, which is inter-VLAN routing. As you see in the HQ router, we have set a sub-interface for each VLAN. The first one is interface gigabit Ethernet 2.10. It's for VLAN number 10, and we use encapsulation .1Q10 to define the LAN, which is forwarded, and same thing with 20, and which is orange, and the same thing for 30. So 20 which is blue, and 30 which is orange. And last thing for the trunk, we use the same method. Yeah, that's it for inter-VLAN routing. And now let's move on to requirement number 5. Now I'll continue explaining and verify requirement number 5, which is routing and access control. As you see, this is in HQ router. We set an router AIGRB 10 who have the network to make neighbors. And I will show you the access list for each HQ, for each router, sorry. So this is the access list for router HQ headquarter, and let's move on to branch 1. As you can see, also I set an router AL-ABI 10 with the same network to make connection and configure the neighbor. The access list for branch 1 is also the same for headquarter. And now branch 2, as you see, we have also set a router AIGRP 10 to configure the neighbor with the same network, and the access list is the same. From purple host to green host first. As you see, it's having successfully sent. And let's now try from green host to the purple host. We will get the same result. As you can see, we have a signal of ping that successfully sent. And now let's try to send from green host to the orange host, as the file say, as the requirements say. It must be sent successfully, which is allowed to send. This is a host in orange. Yes, as you see, the ping sent successfully. And now let's try from orange to one of each, purple or green. As you can see, the ping is sent successfully. And now let's move on to the next phase. And now let's explain the next phase in the requirement 5. Let's see the route network. Here is the network for purple LAN, and here is the network for orange green LAN. Let's now try to link them. Let's try to send the signal. Yes, as you can see, signal sent successfully. Let's try now from the green. Yeah, as you see, that was set successfully. And now let's move on to the next phase. And now I'll explain the last phase on requirement 5. So it's supposed to be, when I send from red VLAN to blue VLAN, it's supposed to be not send and show me a failed thing. Let's try from red to blue. This is red to blue. Yes, as you see, there is no signal of being have been sent. It's right from the other end, from blue to red. As you see here also, the message or the ping failed to send. And now let's try from blue host to other blue host. This is from blue host to the blue host. As you see, the ping sent successfully. Let's try from red to red. As you see also here, the ping have been sent successfully. And now let's try from red to the web server. It's supposed to get a signal of ping. So the web server ID, it's 192.168.10.92. As you see, there is a signal of ping that's sent successfully. And that's it for requirement 3 and 4 and 5. Uh, thank you for listening. And yes, that's it. Thank you.
My name is Khaled, and I will explain the DHCP server and DNS server for red and the blue servers. So when I add the DNS server, we go to verbal servers first, and we go to DNS server. You will see the DHCP for blue server and DHCP for verbal and DHCP for red. The function of the DHCP verbal DHCP server, it should be get for the green area DHCP IP. As we see, like if you go to any PC in green area and we go to desktop to IP configuration, we're gonna see like DHCP IP for every PC. We connect to these branches by using DHCP IP. So these two branches can send and receive message between them. Also, for the this server, for red server, we go to the red server. You will go to server DHCP. Also, you will see like the red server. You see the DNS server is same 172.10.0.254. This is the all. Uh, this is the all for my part.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Anas Fawzi Abdullah al and today I'm going to present the requirement 7 and 8. Okay, let's start with requirement 7, which is ask us to set up a web server and a DNS server with appropriate settings. So let's begin with the DNS server, which is the purple server. As you see, we go to services, then DNS. Yes, as we see, this is the DNS server, and this is its IP address, which is 172.10.0.254. Let's check from the IP configuration if it has the same IP address or not. Yes, as we see, 172.10.0.254, it has the same IP address. And also we have in the services DNS, we have inserted two more emails or one email, and the second one is a domain. The domain, this domain, which is the utm.edu.my, it's for the blue server, and it has this IP address, which is 192.168.10.82. So let's check from the mail server, which is the blue server, if it has the same IP address or not. So let's go to IP configuration, and yes, as we see, this is the same IP address, 192.168.10.82. And finally, the last one, which is the orange server for the web page. As we see, this is the email group 10.utm.edu.my, and this is its IP address, 192.168.10.92. So finally, let's check the IP configuration. IP address, it has the same IP address, 192.168.10.92. Okay, and now let's move on to the next require, which is ask us to create an account for all group members. And we already have inserted the emails for our group members, which are Anas, Ibrahim, Khaled, and Osama. So now let's check if we can send a message from the PCs. So since we have done the emails, so already we have just to configure to put the information inside the emails in the PC. So let's start with the PC J2. As you see, I already insert Khaled information. So let's click on save. It's already configured, as you see. Okay, and now, some minutes, sorry. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to the next PC, which is J3. I will configure it as Anas email. Oh, it's already configured, so that's nice. You can just click on save. Okay, now we have to try to send a message from Khaled email to Anas email. So let's click on compose and then put the email that I want to send, which is Anas at utm.edu.my. So Anas, okay. Oh, sorry, Anas. Subject, hi, for example. And here let's write, how are you? Okay. Let's try to send a message. Okay, as we see here, it's sent success. So let's check from Anas PC, Anas email, sorry. Okay, let's click on receive. Yeah, as we see, it's the message received from Anas email, so it's successfully worked. So now let's try to reply the message for Khalid. Okay, let's write like I'm fine, and then send it to Khalid. Okay, also send success. So when we go to Khalid email, as we see, click on receive. Yeah, this is the response from Anas. So that's it for requirement number 7, and let's move on to requirement number 8. Okay, requirement number 8 asks us to host the web page, which is the web server, at group name.utm.edu.my in the web server. Okay, since we have done adding the email for web server and the DNS server, so it's already has the same, as we said before, has the same IP address. So let's move on into the Orange server. In the Orange server, let's click on web browser to try this. Okay, now let's write group 10.utm.edu.my. Okay, and then let's click and go. Yeah, as we see, this is our group members pictures. This is the matrix number for each group member. IBRAHIM. Okay, OSAMA. Okay. So this is basically requirement number 8, and that's all for me. Thank you so much.